What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's your boy Terabyte Reacts here, back in the house once again. I am trying to get this episode out before I leave. Okay, so hopefully I can get this episode out tonight. I have a flight in about 5 hours from me recording this video, so hopefully I can edit, get this video out to you guys, still catch my flight. Okay, so we're living a life, man, enjoying Game of Thrones once again, and I'm living for it. So without no further ado, let's jump into episode 4 of House of the Dragon. Okay, if you guys want to check out more stuff on the channel, it's something I never usually do, but if you want to check out more stuff that I'm reacting to at the current moment, go and check out the Patreon. Also a membership on my original channel that got shadow banned. Link is down in the description. Okay, your boy's struggling out here with the YouTube. YouTube's killing me, man. Anyways, let's jump into the reaction. I will see you guys right after for the review.
It is well fortified against any future Dornish incursions. And though my seat may be lesser in size,
What is
it is
this?
situated most pleasingly. The view across the marches is inspiring. So said Queen Alizan herself when she honored my father and I.
And tell me, Lord Dondarrion, did you think my great-grandmother is beautiful as they say?
This was half a century ago, Princess.
Yes, it was. It's unseemly for him to put himself forward as a contender for my hand.
Next.
It went from one extreme to the next, bro. This is literally how men just line up for women these days, and it's crazy to see it in this manner. This is like an extreme example, of course, but the way how women are treated today, this is exactly how men just line up to be with some of these women. Is so don't get in your feelings.
Once ruled as kings. The blood of the first men still flows in their veins.
Go on. Craven.
We're leaving. I would happily row myself back to King's Landing and brought an end to this ridiculous pageant.
No!
Don't look, princess.
Well, yeah.
Take cover!
Daemon?
Are you?
She hit her head.
I'm fine.
Are you gonna get praised for ending the war? Is that what it is?
Add it to the chair.
Why the fuck are you smiling, Rhaenyra? Nobody trusts you.
My crown and the Stepstones are yours.
Where is Lord Corlys?
He sailed home to Driftmark.
Who holds the Stepstones?
The tides, the crabs, and 2,000 dead Triarchy corsairs staked to the sand to warn those who might follow.
Rise.
I don't know, man.
This is our charter. Daemon, he would venture on.
She had her second child?
Surmise the tour did not go well? I endured it for as long as I could.
Have every young knight and lord in the 7 kingdoms fawning over you. What misery.
They only want my name in my Valyrian blood for their offspring.
I think it's rather romantic.
How romantic it must be to get imprisoned in a castle and me to squeeze out to heirs.
Pride is a hell of a thing, ain't it? Because the thing that...
How angry is he?
The king went through great effort to arrange your tour. He is frustrated.
All anyone sees when they look at me now is the queen.
I've missed you too.
Bad you don't really show it, Rhaenyra. Totally abandoned her after what happened.
You've matured yourself these last 4 years, Princess.
It's been 4
You'll get used to the attention.
years.
The attention I can endure, it's the rest I could do without. My father seems content to sell me off to whichever lord
Apparently we
is the
had
biggest
another
castle.
time skip, or a very short
There are
one.
worse things to be sold for. Tinagson toilet gausoga morgan costas.
Valusut, idina de mariosut vedila sagan costas. Abrasut vejitsus.
Pekni erixos jailan nike nuho pradasmo brasilio dele uno go daradex.
Una no hadarani apicago ni seitax. The parsiri morcacotas. Encos vochos potilundaor.
Eo munia mastas lir mundas maista. Incasi mundas ma avuisa. Gleison eohon zugose gleisa con coste de or. Viajahi habijosa.
That's true.
Zugos glycilun jailundaor. My papa's glycilun.
Such a lonely
Okay.
prospect.
I don't wish to cause you further distress, Your Grace, but my brother has sent disturbing word from Old Town. Lord Corlys is said to have engaged in negotiations with the Sea Lord of Bravos. He plans to wed his daughter Lena to the Sea Lord's son. We would have to seek our own marriage pact.
Oh no. And I realized that Rhaenyra doesn't want it, but to call marriage a death sentence for women. Maybe back in those days you could probably call it a death sentence, but not today. You know what I'm saying? Men have more to lose going into a marriage than women. And I say this to say that you know, in the traditional sense of what marriage is, it's different. In the context of the show, she needs to do it. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's duty. You get what I'm saying? Yes, it might seem demeaning for women to be forced to do these things, but it's how they secure bloodlines. It is how you secure legacy. It's all that stuff. Now, I'm in traditional sense of it, like it still works today. You get what I'm saying? So I think one of the things that's missing from even society today is that the nucleus family just doesn't exist anymore. Everybody just feel like they can have kids whenever they want, outside of marriage and all this other stuff. And the thing about it is that you end up with all this single parenthood stuff that's just, most of the new generation, they're growing up in single parent homes, and it's not favorable for them because the stuff that these kids get into, man, that's why you have listen, go look at the stats, man. It speaks for itself. There's something about being a King's Guard that you cannot. I don't know if they get castrated. I don't know. There's something. I don't remember what it is, but I think there's something that they gotta give up, if I remember correctly. Oh, she found a secret passage. Oh, now she can sneak out. Oh no. Oh, he's the one that left it for her.
Fuck off, boy.
You try to tell me that nobody recognizes Rhaenyra? Nobody.
And now we come to the matter of the great Iron Chair. A son! So which heir might that chair bear? Who will it be? The brother, the daughter, or the little princeling of 3? Though Aegon the Babe Prince might long for a claim, he has 2 things Rhaenyra cannot. A conqueror's name and a cock.
Just if you will, but many of the small folk are like to believe that as a male, Aegon should be the heir.
Their wants are of no consequence.
They're of great consequence if you expect to rule them one day.
But one night I wish to be free of the burdens of my inheritance.
That's the cold truth,
4 Copper
though.
Street rat in King's Landing we pay for our pleasures.
And who might you be running from now?
It's the Hobbit.
Princess.
Don't.
You take care, boy. Next time you might not be so lucky.
Isn't Rhaenyra planning to go to Ho Town? What's going on? Guess everybody getting some tonight. This is getting really bad.
Fucking is a pleasure, you see. For the woman as it is the man.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell nah. Pause it. It says it's... He took it to a whole new level in this show, bro. At the beginning when he walked in, I was like, what the hell are you smiling about, Rhaenyra? Anytime Rhaenyra, and from the first episode as well, the first meeting they had even in the throne room, it was just kind of weird. I felt like there's a certain level of respect between them, but there's also this weird icky vibes I was getting, and now it's kind of confirmed.
Fucking who we want.
Suppose you mate with Daemon now, and he gets you pregnant. What now? What? The edit, no doubt about it, because this just doesn't need to be this long. Like what is this? He's gonna stop. I think, yeah. Here, did I fall asleep?
You hurt?
Oh, she's hurt, all right.
I shall alert the Lord Commander.
Oh, she's just feeling real frisky tonight, huh? Just feel like busting it open for anybody? Is that what it is?
Thank you.
Rhaenyra is just horny tonight. Guys, let's just... Told you, she just horny, man. She just... So Kristen, are you a good man, or he don't want to do this? It's like this is not how he probably wants to do it. And she like, Daemon left her hanging. She's like, let's get to the next person. Well, somebody comes by now and he's not at his post, or he you know, after he This man, bruh, I'm not running them kind of risks. Not in this kind of kingdom. Oh, hell nah. They would not put her in a role like this.
Apologies for
if
late
she
hour, my
wasn't
lord. What is
of
it?
age.
A messenger brings word from the White Worm.
Oh, the kid that followed her. Is being a virgin a big deal? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, does their wife, does the wives, do they have to be virgins for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's the situation here, because it could be that if she has sex before marriage, maybe her suitors won't want her, or maybe they'll say she's tainted, maybe she'll be, you know what I'm saying, you know, be known as, you know what I'm saying, the whore or whatever the situation is. So I don't know. I mean, at the very least, they always marry them young, so they would expect them to be virgins, I guess. I don't know.
I learned that skin trade could only take me so far in this life.
You never were one to stay idle.
Yo, what the fuck?
Hard lessons are not welcomed, but suffered.
That's the same kid that just went and did the report.
It concerns the princess, my king.
Has she been harmed?
It is no easy thing to tell a father of his daughter's exploits. I had considered saying nothing, but...
What has she done? What of it?
She was carrying on with her uncle. They were engaged in behaviors unbecoming of a maiden. Of a princess.
What behaviors?
Nigga, you want details? He didn't spell it out good for you?
What must I say, Your Grace?
You entered
Really?
the bedchamber, accusing my daughter of something.
You better have detail.
Plainly.
Plainly.
In the bowels of a pleasure den.
Carry on. They didn't finish. Wow, I totally went there. They didn't. Oh God, Alicent heard.
This is a lie.
As your hand, I must maintain trusted sources of information, and this one as yet has never led me astray. And several of the servants have now admitted to seeing her. The princess, creeping through the gates from King's Landing.
You're so sick with ambition that you would have my daughter stalked, spied upon.
Bruh, she
awaiting
was
your
out
best
there.
chance to destroy her reputation.
Bruh, ain't nobody spying on your daughter. They just happen to see her out in the streets. What do you mean? Say, for instance, it's the king. And you are dressed up, you're covering your head up, trying to look like a boy or whatever. Trying to look like a boy, he's a boy. You know what I'm saying? You cover yourself up, trying to not reveal that you are the one walking through the streets, right? And I recognize you. I think I would follow you. I'm not even kidding. I think that I would follow you. If you were somebody famous trying to, you know what I'm saying, going along your day, or, you know what I'm saying, you want to get away from your security, whatever the situation is, and I recognize you, I'm a follow. What you up to? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's the scoop? Yeah. I'm gonna expose you. TMZ? I got something for you.
No such intent, Your Grace.
You think yourself a cunning man? Your designs are obvious.
You turn around and you blame, and
Your Grace.
This king is weird.
What happened last night?
What do you mean?
My father has made some worrying allegations about you. Were you with your uncle?
Left the castle after dark?
You fucked Daemon in a pleasure house.
This is a vile accusation.
Well, you didn't fuck him, but you did something.
We Targaryens do have queer customs. And Daemon certainly knows no limit.
Alicent, your Grace, sister, you must know I would
Why are you crying?
You're gonna believe
you see what I'm saying, man? This is the typical female behavior right here. It's the typical female behavior when you catch them in the line.
I do not know specifically.
What your father did not tell you.
He reported it to the king. I overheard. I only want to help you, Rhaenyra.
Because she's gonna take a defensive stance because she knows they don't have.
We drank in a tavern, but Daemon wished to continue. As he was my escort, I had no real choice.
Continue. In a brothel.
He took me to a show. I was only a spectator. I didn't do anything.
That's not what they saying, Rhaenyra. And stop lying, man. Her virtue has to be preserved, you know. And if she's become tainted like this, ain't nobody gonna want to marry her. You know what I'm saying? But she tainted now because we know she did it. She didn't do it with Daemon. She did it with somebody else. Which, if they find out that this Kristen should have walked out. He should have never went along with this. He should have stood his ground. And, you know what I'm saying, don't listen to the little guy down there. You know what I mean?
I should have known better.
The truth, I think the truth is going to come out and it's going to mess with her succession. Can't vote for you.
Kings
well,
strive to
you're
find
already lying.
And so have I. If that lord were to think that you were being sullied, it would ruin everything.
I know. Your Grace. I regret it.
Just know that there's a thing. No, you don't. Stop lying. This is gonna be the king coming in to pass down judgment. Oh, he's gonna have a one-on-one with you, boy.
Still, you say nothing.
What does it matter, brother? When we were Rhaenyra's age, we fucked our way through most of the brothels on the streets.
He's not denying it.
We were young men. She is just a girl. Your niece.
Rhaenyra's a woman grown. Better her first experience would be with me than some whore.
You have ruined her.
When I offered up my crown, you said I could have anything. I want Rhaenyra. I take her as she is and wed her in the tradition of our house.
You're already wed.
That didn't stop Aegon the Conqueror from taking a second wife.
You are no conqueror.
And we will return the House of the Dragon to its proper glory.
Of course. It's not my daughter you lust for, is it? It's my throne. Go back to the Vale, Daemon. To your lawful wife. Strive to restore whatever scrap of honor remains in you.
As you wish, brother.
At the very least, he should have denied that you... Well, not did anything. But you should have said, hey, we just kissed, bruh. You know what I mean? Sir Kristen over here bust open them cheeks. And nobody is the wiser. She is no maiden no more.
That dagger once belonged to Aegon the Conqueror. It was Aenar's before that. The last of the Valyrian pyromancers hid his song in the steel.
Oh, it's...
From my blood come the prince that was promised.
Too bad we never got to see it.
And his will be the song of ice and fire.
That was supposed to be Jon's prophecy, and it never came true.
Responsibility. I have handed to you the burden of this knowledge. It is larger than the throne. The king. It is larger than you. And your desires.
You've yet to ask me for the truth of what happened.
The truth
Oh, so
does
you
not
can
matter, Rhaenyra.
exactly. At
Only
this point, does it
perception.
really matter?
You have exposed yourself.
Exactly.
Now we must both suffer the consequences.
Were I born a man, I could bear too if I wanted.
Oh my fucking god. This, I swear to god, this is the same arguments that you hear from women today. It's like, this is the reason why they want to have sexual liberation so much in the world with women today, because, oh no, if I were a man, nobody would care. It's viewed differently. That's the whole point of it all. Why don't you understand that? If you sleep, it's not the same. Me sleeping with 20 people is not the same as you sleeping with 20 people, man. It's just not. We're different. And yes, you might call it a double standard, but it's the actual double standard that actually keeps women pure if they want to stay pure. If you walk around town in, you know, short shorts and, you know what I'm saying, you know, whatever you have up top, your top is barely catching your titties and whatever. What do you think the perception is be? Let's say you are a virgin. What do you think the perception will be? What kind of man do you think is going to approach you? Let's put it like that. That's the question, really. What type of man do you think is going to approach you if you dress like that? You might be a virgin. You get what I'm saying? But what type of man do you think man is going to take you serious? That's the question that I ask. Do you really believe that men are going to take you seriously if you dress like that? There are certain things that happen in this world. There's certain perceptions that's going to happen that is put on you as a human being that you can't avoid. That's just what it is. Hoes have been hoes since biblical times. It ain't changed. And we're trying to protect you from that, and you look at it as we're imprisoning you. You know what? You know what, Rhaenyra? You want to be a hoe? Go ahead. Be a hoe. And then see who will respect you just because you got dragons. All right, let's go.
I could father a dozen bastards, and no one in your court would blink an eye.
You're right. But you were born a woman.
Straight up.
So you'll strip me of my titles and name Aegon in my stead.
Nobody's saying that he's going to do that,
hold the realm together, not sow it with further division.
So I can be a remedy for your political headaches.
You are my political headache.
As much as I don't respect Viserys for certain things, he loves this girl so much, bro. He's not the best father, but he's good enough. Let's put it like that. He's not the best father, but he's good enough.
Your wedding to Selena Velaryon will unite the two most powerful houses in the realm. With the combined strength of our shared dragons and naval fleets, no one would dare to stand against us. The House of the Dragon will stand as one for a further generation.
And what will you do about the vulture who perches upon your throne?
What vulture?
Your hand. You speak of the Conqueror's vision and the need for strength and unity across the realm, but how can that be accomplished with your most trusted advisor so self-interested?
Every lord and lady that calls for an audience with me, every man on my small council and all councils past has been self-interested. It is unavoidable.
I disagree.
You are the man that taught me how to be king.
Will you honor me, Your Grace?
I wonder, how long did it take you to choose yourself over your king?
Your Grace.
I will never recover from Emma's death. But Alicent, she took me through the worst of my grief.
No,
your
she don't,
interests no longer align with those of the realm. Your judgment has been compromised.
The loyal hand must tell his king a discomforting truth from time to time, Your Grace. If he doesn't, he's failed as a servant.
You were a faithful servant, Otto.
I'm not in agreement with this.
Debt can never be repaid. But I can no longer trust your judgment.
Just go, Otto. Just go, man. You got dealt a bad hand. Just go. Leave these idiots. These clowns.
Come.
It's freaking Targaryens, man.
I hope you can forgive the late hour.
Freaking drama queens, that's what they are.
A tea, princess. From the king. It will rid you of any unwanted consequences.
Damn. It's like, what are you gonna do? Wonder if she's gonna take it or not, because she knows she still did have sex with someone. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure back in the day, them niggas didn't pull out. It just bust up the club, because, you know what I mean? Let me say this, because I know a lot of people is probably going to be like, what is this dude talking about? Never heard him talk about like this on any of my House of the Dragon videos. This one touched a nerve for me. It really did. It touched a nerve for me because, I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to address what happened in this episode because of, you know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily nowadays want to see these, you know, things that are like, you know, kind of relating to real life into our shows. But I welcome it. I welcome it a lot of times. Some people will call it, you know, these woke principles. You know what I'm saying? You know, nowadays when it comes on to like this whole sexual liberation thing with women, just they want to be men. They want to be able to just have sex with 100 men and then get a husband somehow. And it shouldn't matter. You know, body count shouldn't matter. And all of this other stuff that is going on in the world today, which I am in completely disagreement with. I think, you know what I'm saying, I think daughters need their fathers in their life. Unfortunately, it doesn't have, it's, you know, it's getting worse and worse by the day. You know what I'm saying, of how many single parent homes, you know, single parent situations that children are ending up in. Most of the time, you know, they go with the mom, you know, law. In the Western world, that's just what it is. The thing that I don't understand with this episode, right? The things that I don't understand, and keeping the context of the episode, is that you know that your purity is important. But because she wants to rebel against the situation, even though your father gave you the choice, he gave you the choice, right, of choosing whoever you want to marry, right? You still out here rebelling, right? Now, I'm not saying that Rhaenyra shouldn't get none or whatever the situation is, not what I'm saying, but you know how important your purity is going to be when it comes on to you getting married to whoever you choose, right? And you choose to do this. Now, mind you, Daemon is the one that walked away, because I think he walked away from her because he really loves her, right? Let's put it like that. Even though as gross as it is to say out of my mouth, he loves her, right? And he wants to be with her. He really wants to be with her. So that's why he walked away from the situation, because he didn't want to do it before the whole marriage thing. If he does end up getting married to her, he don't want to. But you know what I'm saying? You kissed her. You know what I'm saying? She kissed you back. She wanted it. You know what I'm saying? And you walked away from her. Cool. Nothing happened at the pleasure house, right? She is right about that. Nothing really happened there. But you did kiss, but you kind of played off like nothing at all happened with Daemon. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? No kissing went on or nothing like that. When obviously people there recognized you and saw what went down, you still decided to deny the whole situation, right? Which is fine. I wasn't in agreement with it. I don't like women or men that lie. You know what I'm saying? Just don't lie. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for you to lie. In this case, you might want to say that there is a reason, you know what I'm saying, when it comes on to her, if she, you know what I'm saying, that she would lie. There is a reason for that. But at this is because she knew the importance of keeping her purity, of being, you know what I'm saying, of being a virgin. She knew that that played into it, and she, you know, purposefully went out there to do stuff, right? Anything could have happened. Not only are you putting yourself in danger, thinking, oh, I'm with Daemon, so nothing is going to happen. Anything could happen. Then you ran away from him, so something could have happened to you. Suppose this person that was spying on you meant you harm, and you just happened to be out in the street, and they, you know, maybe they tell somebody that just didn't like you, or, you know, if we kill Rhaenyra, you know what I'm saying, that definitely would put Aegon as being the betrothed, the heir to the throne. So why not take her out right now? So I was worried for her being out in the streets like that, right? So other than that, there was the conversation that happened between Viserys and Rhaenyra, right? That conversation really struck me because I just see Viserys. He's a terrible, you know, I'm not going to go as far to say he's a terrible king. He's an okay king, but at the same time, to me, he's a good father, right? Now, you guys might say, oh, why does he have men lining up to marry his daughter? That's because that's just how things were back in the day. And I told you guys that this is exactly how it is today, how men just line up to be with these Instagram models and all of this other stuff, which you know, you have people out there trying to tell men, stop doing this foolishness, flying women out, they're not giving them no coochie and all this other stuff. Like, all that stuff is happening in the world today. It really goes to show you that I know this is fiction. The entire world of this is fiction, but they do take on a lot of those things that you see even today still happening, even though this is like from an ancient time, medieval, if you will, right? Those principles, you know, women thinking that marriage is a prison and all of this other stuff, like, you know, oh, you want me to be your slave and all this other stuff. Rhaenyra, you got dragons. You're not gonna lose power from getting married. Okay, you're not gonna lose power. You're not gonna be a prisoner because you're still a Targaryen at the end of the day. It's kind of like the situation with the queen that just died. She held power for 70 something years. She's the longest reigning monarch to ever live in England. What was she holding on to? You know what I'm saying? And this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? Just what? She was just queen for all these years. And whoever she was married to was just a prince. Can't even elevate the man to his highest position. Right? This is what happens. Right? So if you become queen, it's essentially what's going to happen if she becomes queen. She becomes heir to the throne. You marrying somebody in one of the great houses does not change that. You get what I'm saying? Essentially, you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the what they call him nowadays, a bad bitch or whatever, a boss bitch, whatever they want to call themselves, right? That's essentially what you would be. You would never be subservient to this guy. This guy would be your bitch, if you want to put it like that, right? That's essentially what he would be. So you wouldn't lose any power by marrying somebody. It's just that your father wants to ensure that you enjoy some sort of happiness, and you keep just going against that. If I was born a man, I could have sex with whoever I want. Yes, it's true. Us men, that's just how it is. It's just that it's a choice. It's a choice. Sometimes it's not a choice. For the most part, for most men, it's not a choice. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down, because they don't really have a lot to choose from unless you meet those criteria that women want. So the majority of men don't meet those criteria, especially these days. So they have to work their way up to that point where they can have their pick of the litter, if you will. So it's a situation where she doesn't understand the dynamic, what her father is trying to tell her. It's the perception. You don't want to be perceived as a hoe. It's different, man. If you're considered a whore, nobody ain't gonna want you, right? Nobody ain't gonna want you, right? But hey, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I mean? A man is not gonna make you happy. If you think you can just be the queen, just fucking everybody, that's cool too. All right. You know what I'm saying? Because being a whore is cool. You know what I'm saying? Being a whore is obviously cool these days. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's like, why you gotta call me a whore? Because that's what you are. You can't exercise the behavior of something and then not being called that thing. It doesn't work that way. You get what I'm saying? If I'm doing the things that a businessman does, and then somebody calls me a businessman, I'm like, I'm not a businessman. But what kind of idiot would I be? You get what I'm saying? You can't be out here wearing the whore's uniform and don't expect to be called a whore. It just doesn't work that way. And I think a lot of people get it mixed up so much, especially in modern times. So I don't know, man. I'm off the Targaryen train. These guys are a bunch of drama queens. I can't handle them, man. I was like, you know, Rhaenyra, you could take the throne. I would love to see your story. I would love to see you ascend to the throne. But I can't root for you if this is the kind of behavior you wanna be. Just because, and the thing about it is this, you know, everything, oh, we got dragons, who cares? That's it. That's the MO with her and Daemon. We'll return House Targaryen to its rightful place. Pretty sure you guys are pretty peaceful right now. You get what I'm saying? We all know what happened, you know, in the future or whatever. But take that out of your mind for a second, right? And look at exactly what's going on now. Right? Did they get back to power? No, they got essentially taken out until Daenerys came along. You know what I'm saying? There was a war and they got taken out. Because when you don't have dragons, guess what? There's a possibility you can get taken out. Because that's what you guys relied on. You didn't rely on having peace with people. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know the history. We know the Mad King, Daenerys' father. Right? We know some of the history. I don't remember all of it, but I know that part. You know what I'm saying? I know that part. We know. Power, man. Hungry with power. You know what I'm saying? Just killing people for no reason. What started the war? We all know how it is. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with the Starks and everything. And look, everything just got out of hand. You know what I'm saying? This dude is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the Mad King was a product of incest. If I remember correctly, I believe that he was a product of incest as well. And that's notorious, that, you know what I'm saying, notorious for being, if you look up of things that, you know what I'm saying, kids who are born out of incest don't normally come out right. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I mean, but, you know what I'm saying, Daemon wants to marry his niece. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? But she says she would uphold her end of the bargain if he does, and he decides to get rid of his hand. Otto got a bad deal. You know what I'm saying? Because this is last episode, Daemon tried to kill the messenger. And in this episode, they actually killed the messenger. Because all this man was doing, reporting what he heard and what he saw was true. And they're saying that his judgment, the king essentially had to make up something to get rid of this man because he wants to please Rhaenyra. Because he's saying, oh, he believes Rhaenyra because Rhaenyra, and she manipulated her way into this position. But she didn't get everything she wanted. She still had to do something she didn't want to do. But at the end of the day, she kind of manipulated him into getting rid of his hand because, you know, but hey, here we go. Is what we're here for. Bring it on. I'm not on nobody's side right now because all these people are they're just messed up, and they're all being manipulated in some way, one way or the other. I think Otto was the least person that was trying to, of course you know what I'm saying, you could make the argument that he actually pushed Alicent over to the king, and that's not what she wanted, even though I felt like she felt some sort of, like she felt, you know, had some feelings for the king or whatever the situation is, and I thought it would be a good match. It seems like maybe she fell out of love with him and just felt like, you know, because of the stuff that Rhaenyra be saying to her as well, you know what I'm saying, with the whole, that can plant seeds in your mind about, you know, what the position that you're in, you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, you know, was Rhaenyra like a bad influence on Alicent, or was she already feeling this way, that she was actually in a prison, just being a wife, just not having any free time or whatever the situation is? You know, everybody wants to frolic in the rain these days. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to have duty anymore. Everybody just want to be free, like hippies. You know what I'm saying? Just do whatever you want to do, and you know what I'm saying, nothing have no purpose in life, you know what I mean? No purpose, and to have nothing that means anything. It's just like everybody just want to do whatever they want, and for it to be meaningless. You get what I'm saying? Which is absolutely not possible. We're human beings that have emotions and feelings. It's impossible to go through life meaningless. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to have a life of meaning, to just go through life, just do whatever you want to do, and it being meaningless. You're gonna mean something to somebody, you know what I mean? So it's damn near impossible to do that. But as I said, man, Daemon has been banished again, so I don't know, nothing's new there. But I guess when I return next week, I will get to see the aftermath of all of this. I don't know if there's going to be another time skip again, but this was a great episode nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? This was a great episode. I had a lot to say, and I'm gonna leave it all out there. You guys do with it what you will. You know what I'm saying? You might agree with me, you might disagree with me and my thoughts and whatever, but this probably will be the episode where people are going to be talking about, you know, all these, I don't know, I don't want to go as far as to say these feminist ideas, but the way how Rhaenyra is acting is very reminiscent of how modern day women act today. And I'm not, tell me if I'm wrong. tell me I'm wrong, because I don't think I am. But anyways, you have the comment section. You can say what you want to say. You can dislike the video if you want, but please remember to like, subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Terabyte Reacts, and I will see you guys next time for some more Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. I'm out. Peace.